My name is Rachel, and I've spent most of my adult life trying to prove to my parents that I was worthy of love. Real love, not the transactional kind they reserved for my younger sister, Ella. I was the daughter who paid the bills quietly, who brought casseroles to Sunday dinner, who sat beside mom during her gallbladder surgery and drove dad to every checkup. Ella, she was the glittering favorite. Beauty queen in high school, drama major in college, the golden girl who never paid a cent of her own rent but always seemed to get everything she wanted. I didn't mind. Not really. I had my son, Mason, my anchor, my light. He was 10 when the seizure started.
This technology.
The first time it happened, we were in the grocery store. He was just reaching for a box of cereal when his body suddenly jerked and stiffened. His eyes rolled back, and he collapsed like a puppet with its strings cut. I dropped everything and screamed. Paramedics came. Hours later, a doctor told me that Mason had a rare neurological condition that caused severe seizures and that one of them could kill him if left untreated. We need to operate, the neurosurgeon said. Soon, the longer we wait, the more damage these episodes could cause. I didn't have the money, but thankfully Mason's insurance covered it. I exhaled for the first time in weeks. What I didn't know then was that while I was researching fighting with pharmacies over meds and sleeping in a plastic chair beside Mason's hospital bed, my parents were quietly making other plans that had nothing to do with Mason. They called me in for a family talk one morning, 2 days before the scheduled operation. I arrived at their house in sweatpants, still exhausted from another seizure-filled night, clutching Mason's new EEG results like a lifeline. Dad was already seated at the kitchen table, fingers sleepwalking. Mom poured coffee slowly. Ella was there too, dressed to the nines as always, her nose already small was bandaged. She smiled like she'd just won the lottery. What happened to you? I asked. Oh, she said with a breathy laugh. Just a little rhinoplasty, preventative. The cartilage was deviating and the bridge had a bump. Dr. Glassman is an artist. I blinked. Glassman? That's Mason's surgeon. Ella sipped her green juice. He does cosmetic work too. Really exclusive. Mom pulled some strings. Something inside me went still. Mom sat down. Rachel, we need to talk about the insurance. My breath caught. Dad cleared his throat. We canceled Mason's operation. Ella needed it more urgently. You what? Don't be dramatic. Mom said Ella's breathing was compromised and we've already rescheduled Mason's procedure for next quarter. Maybe she could have paid out of pocket. We didn't want to waste her savings. Dad said, she's starting a wellness brand. I stood there, stunned. You used my son's insurance for a nose job. He doesn't even know what's going on, Mom said flatly. He's young. He'll be fine. I started shaking. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Ella shrugged. Honestly,
तो अगले 24 घंटे तक वैम्पायर पहनने वाला है वाइट चीजें।
आज सब वाइट पहन के आया हूं, कुछ भी नहीं उतार सकता है।
ट्राउजर थोड़ा ब्लैक है लेकिन ज्यादा वाइट है। क्या फेंकूं? कैप भी वाइट। अच्छा बेटा, घड़ी ग्रीन।
That night, Mason had another seizure. It lasted over 3 minutes. I thought I was going to lose him right there in that sterile room under flickering lights. I called every hospital in the state, every clinic. I begged, cried. One assistant took pity on me and offered a partial payment plan, but it wasn't enough. I reached out to my parents again. I didn't want to, but I was desperate. Mom picked up. Rachel, stop with the theatrics. Ella's healing and we don't need you poisoning her.
बेटे क्या हाल है? अस्सलाम वालेकुम। बड़ी रोस्टिंग सलाम वालेकुम का रिश्तेदारी ना डाल बड़ी रोस्टिंग पहले दोनों मम्मी मैं इसको खाना खिलाऊंगा ये डूब के लाइव सारे वाले देखेंगे मम्मी
dropped. You need to get your emotions under control. It's embarrassing. And that was it. I stopped begging. I started planning.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। अगर आप सिर्फ रोजाना 5 मिनट देकर
They had no idea what kind of woman I had become. They took from my child, they were going to learn what it felt like to lose everything they built, and they wouldn't even see it coming. It started with silence. No angry texts, no threats, no social media rants. I just vanished from their family group chat. Didn't show up for Sunday dinner. Didn't respond to Mom's voicemail where she whined about how family doesn't hold grudges. I knew exactly how they operated. The moment you refused to serve them, you became disposable. Forgotten. But I wasn't the same Rachel anymore. While they lounged in Ella's influencer studio, gushing about
मम्मी भी
lighting
यही
angles and
चाहती है कि
protein
मेरी शादी इस
powders,
साल हो जाए
I
तो
was
अपने घर
selling
वालों को
every
मना सकती
possession
है
I
अब
didn't
इस साल
need.
शादी करने के
My
लिए
TV,
मतलब
my
अगर
jewelry, half the
मेरा इस साल
furniture.
नहीं हुआ कि
I took
नहीं
on
हो
2 side
सकता
jobs.
तो फिर घर वाले करवा देंगे घर वाले करवा
Every
देंगे
dollar went
मैं
into
मम्मी की
Mason's
बात थोड़ी
private
डाल सकता
surgery
हूँ
fund, hidden in a new account they couldn't touch.
आपने बोला था
It
गिन्नी को
wasn't
पूछ
enough
ले
yet,
गिन्नी से बात
but
कर
I
ले
wasn't
अगर
giving
वो
up.
करती है इस साल तो ठीक
I
है नहीं तो
also
हम
found
तेरी शादी
something
करवा
else
देंगे
during those sleepless nights.
सो गाइस
Documents,
वेलकम बैक टू
old
अनदर वीडियो।
insurance
कैसे हैं आप लोग? होप आप
statements,
सब बढ़िया होंगे और
electronic
होने भी
records,
चाहिए।
proof
15
that
दिन
my
के
parents
बाद
didn't
आज
just
मेरा व्लॉग आ
cancel
रहा है। मैं आपको
Mason's
बताता हूँ कि
surgery.
इतने दिन में कहाँ बिजी
They
था
forged my
और आज
consent.
आपको एक शॉकिंग
I
न्यूज़
stared
भी
at the
देनी है।
screen,
इन 14 दिन में
trembling,
हुई
with
है
mom
टोटल
inside my
4
name.
चीज़ें। एक
That
ये
night I
कि
wrote
भाई
an
मैं
email.
बीमार था,
Not
दूसरा
to a
ये कि
lawyer,
तुम्हारा भाई
to a
तुम्हें पता ही है गिव
journalist,
वे
not
करने
some
वाला है,
tabloid
तो
hunting
उसके लिए अभी
blogger
सारा
either.
सिस्टम सेट कर
I
रहा था। तीसरा
contacted a
अपना
local
स्टूडेंट
health reporter known for investigating hospital corruption and insurance abuse. I sent her the full story, the medical records, the voice message where mom laughed. It's just a nose job, Rachel. Stop acting like he's dying. The reporter replied within hours. Meet me. I want to hear everything. But that wasn't my
अब
only
अच्छी लग रही
clue.
होगी।
While I met with the
हल्की कराई है
journalist,
क्या?
I
हाँ?
also connected with an old high school friend, Amara, who ran a high-end event staffing agency. She remembered Mason, and when I told her what happened, she didn't just cry. She offered me something unexpected. I can get you
शिया
into
मुहर्रम
their
की
gala.
रात को लाइट
What
बंद।
gala? She turned her laptop and showed me the invite. The Lumen Lounge grand opening. My parents and Ella had become wellness investors for a luxury spa nutrition empire launching downtown. There'd be cameras, influencers, a red carpet, and a family values speech hosted by Ella herself, all funded indirectly by the insurance money meant for my son's brain surgery. That's when I knew what to do. I spent the
तो
next
आज
3
की
weeks
इस इंटरेस्टिंग
preparing.
वीडियो में लेक्सेस
By
ऑडियो
day,
एडिटर का
I worked.
कंप्लीट ट्यूटोरियल
By
देने वाला
night, I
हूँ।
wrote down
हम
every
सीखने वाले
instance of neglect, every cruel message, every transaction and document they signed without my consent. I compiled it into a digital file and uploaded it to a Times server, password protected, email ready, and then I waited. The night of the gala, I arrived in silence. Amara gave me a floor-length black dress with sleeves like armor. I didn't smile, I didn't speak, I just watched. There was Ella on stage, glowing under spotlights, nose flawless, teeth white, hands folded like she was a saint. Our mission, she purred, is to heal others the way I healed myself. Family is everything. Applause. I moved to the side of the room near the AV technician. 10 minutes later, just as Ella posed beside our parents for a photo op, I handed the tech a USB and said calmly, "Scheduled content swap, last-minute sponsor clip, play at 9:15 sharp." He didn't question me. The badge Amara gave me worked like a key. At 9:15, the lights dimmed. Ella gasped softly, assuming it was time for her before and after surgery slideshow, but it wasn't. Instead, on the massive screen above the crowd appeared a still photo of Mason. Small, pale, mid-seizure, tubes taped to his head in a hospital bed. Then came a voice. My voice. A 10-year-old boy needed surgery, but his family canned it for a cosmetic procedure. The woman in this room who boasts about healing, she stole from a child to fix her face. Gasps, phones raised, guests murmuring, my parents frozen. Then the recording. Mom's voice laughing. "It's just a nose job. Stop acting like he's dying." Silence. Then the final image, a scanned insurance document with my forged signature. The lights came back up. Ella stood trembling. Dad's face went bloodless. Mom stammered something about hacking. It didn't matter. Security guards were already whispering. Cameras were still rolling. I left through the service exit. The article dropped 2 days later. Front page. Mother's insurance canceled for cosmetic surgery. Son nearly dies. But I wasn't finished, because that was just the first wave of my plan. They thought I'd disappear after the article, that I'd be embarrassed, that I'd ruined my own family and would come crawling back once the storm passed. But they didn't understand something crucial. I wasn't trying to ruin the family. I was removing a tumor. The fallout was immediate. The Lumina Lounge lost 4 major sponsors overnight. Ella's personal wellness brand got flagged by multiple regulatory agencies after the article revealed she'd promoted healing. Sure,